It takes me a long time to get over things. After I lose Beth, my wife, I am alone for 8 years. I realized only recently that I suffer from post-traumatic stress from watching her die. She is in ICU, unconscious for 5 days, struggling valiantly against the sepsis that is ravaging her beautiful body. She gains 100 pounds of fluid, in her skin bubbling and blistering and turning black under the pressure. The whole time we were in the hospital is like a fragile, yet somehow poignantly beautiful dance of doing the exact right thing. The decisions make themselves, even the last one. Up to the moment she dies, I believe she is going to live. People are trying to reach me to let me know that she may die. I won't let them say it. I have hope that until there is no hope. Beth's heart, the last organ to fail, stops. The nurse comes from behind the curtain, asking with her eyes if she can turn the machine off. She's dead. I nod yes. I unravel. I fall apart. I stop functioning. I don't just lose Beth, I lose it all. My marriage, friendships, a 22-year career, and ultimately my mind. It is gone, simply gone. It's still hard for me to take full responsibility. I want to blame my bitch on wheels boss for my job, for losing my job, but I deserve it. I'm not able to function. I'm angry because no one comes to my rescue, though countless friends and family try to help, but I die when Beth dies. I am among the walking dead. I have no direction. I become lost and scared and immobilized. There is no mercy. When I arrive at this place, nothing's any good. Even my dog throws me sideways, questioning glances. I wonder, who was I before Beth died? I was happy, healthy, a vital person having a wonderful life. Now I feel stuck in the muck and mire, unable to extract myself, feeling empty. I keep trying to fill myself up, and nothing is working. I remind myself, nothing, absolutely nothing happens in God's world by mistake. This is a hard pill to swallow. How could Beth's death be anything but a mistake? I need to free myself of myself. I need to allow myself to keep mourning and grieving. I need to enable a full, meaningful, and abundant life. I need to live again. It doesn't happen with a big bang or with any pomp and circumstance. It happens slowly, little by little, bit by bit. I crawl out of the hole that I dug myself into with Beth's passing. I can't say the exact moment that I start to choose life again after a long, dark hallway of grief and desperation. But there appears a glimmer, a sliver of light, an opening door, an answer to prayer. After Beth dies, I can't let go of anything. There has already been so much loss. I buy books and fabric and art and jewelry and shoes and clothes and furniture. It is surrounding me. I make many attempts at decluttering over the years. Once I even hire a friend to help, and I order a 15-yard dumpster. And oh, honey, while she's at the house, I'm out yard sailing. And I buy a monstrosity, king-size, humongous set of outdoor furniture that I don't need. She later convinces me to get rid of a mahogany desk, and the next day I come home with the exact but smaller replica. I try to convince her that I'm making progress by saving a few inches. I slowly start to do the things that people regularly do. I marvel at the smallest accomplishments, chores people take for granted, like vacuuming and going to the dump at the same time on the same day of the week every week. I begin to make room for myself to breathe, for surprises, and for love. I begin to live again. I start biking, miles and miles and miles on the rail trail, listening to Eminem as loud as I possibly can. I buy a bike rack and a pair of bike shorts. I start moving again after years of staying still. There was a time when it felt like a great accomplishment just to get out of bed in the morning. I start teaching writing to college freshmen. I'm terrified to enter the workforce again, to be required to show up, to be accountable. From the first day of class, I have fantasies of throwing myself down the stairwell which most likely won't do much damage as it is only a half a stairwell with a landing, and my classroom is on the first floor. At best, I might break a bone or two. Over time, I start to fall in love with all of the 18-year-olds, even though one of them calls me an old bitch. And I don't mind the bitch part so much, but the old really pisses me off. Still, the logistics are challenging for me. One day, I sneak into the bathroom between classes, hoping to get more grading done. I grade frantically while I pee. I stand up, flush, and balance the papers on the back of the toilet while I fasten my pants. As soon as my hands are out of reach, the papers slip into the toilet. Fuck. As I hand the papers back, I mumble something about my water bottle leaking in my briefcase. All I can say is thank God the toilet had already been flushed. I'm starting to show up, but it's still a little messy. I start dating. I meet a woman for Match. She is sweet, but I'm not ready. I date a casual friend. She's a psychiatric nurse, which would have been convenient, but I'm still not ready. Then, out of the blue, my heart clenches one day when spending time with a woman I've known for 25 years. We always had a connection and, dare I say, a love for each other, but not that kind of love. Our friendship deepens when her father dies, and I go with another friend to help her pack up his house in Sarasota. It's after this that I look at her in a different light. No longer just a friend. I give her a small sterling heart for her birthday and invite her over for dinner. I put a corsage at her place setting. Lesbian style, one of our first dates is a week-long trip to North Truro. Electricity is in the air. We both feel the agony and the trepidation, the excitement of our first kiss. I'm awkward and shy. I haven't kissed anyone in 8 years. Later, we both admit to Googling how to have a good first kiss. I tentatively allow myself to love again in fits and starts, but right from the start, it isn't easy. I'm difficult, uneasy, and short-tempered. I'm scared to death to love again. The image of Beth dying still haunts me. I drive myself, my girl, and my friends crazy with going back and forth, up and down. We do forge ahead. We go to 4 therapists. One throws me out of his office. The second essentially says we are beyond help. The third comes out of the closet during our first session. As if that might magically make a difference. The last one tries her damnedest to get us to do couples dialogues for any of you Harville Hendricks fans out there. Therapy is not the answer. But the answer does come. I begin to keep the focus on myself. I know I come with baggage. An assortment, multicolored and multifaceted. But don't we all? I aspire to not let it get in the way. I also know life is difficult. Life is messy. Regardless, I choose to live but my life believing that all happens for a reason. Nothing is for naught. I continue to remind myself not one thing happens in this life by mistake. All is meant to be.